Hey party people, it's me, Sunny, your favorite person in the world after yourself. So I'm currently at this viewpoint. I'm on top of this mountain. I'm overlooking the ocean. Let me show you. Not too bad, is it? Okay, so I tell stories about the beauty of life and my journey out of addiction into experiencing the beauty of life. I want to show the world that it's possible to let go of addiction and to live a life that is one of freedom and abundance and beauty and joy and happiness, same thing, and unconditional love for self and others. So I wanted to tell you guys what happened yesterday. Last night I went for a walk at the beach, and I've started to tell myself every day, every morning, I tell myself today is going to be the best day of my life. And then I go on about my day. And then in the evening, as I was walking at the beach at night, I had this crazy epiphany. How I've been walking by myself my whole life. What it seemed like anyway. I had built this persona around myself, this identity that I was a lone wolf, that I was alone in the world, that no one was there for me, that I had to conquer life by myself. And so that was the truth for me in the last 20 years. And that is exactly how long I was in addiction for. And I realized, I wrote this earlier on Threads, as I was walking, I was like, fuck. I really am approaching this time of my life where I know that things are going to change for me in a very profound way. And it has been leading up to this moment, right? Because transformation, change, like actual change in life, takes time. Especially if you were in addiction. You have to allow yourself time for change, because change is one of the scariest things that a human can go through, because it's the fear of the unknown. And because I've been going through this, now I truly understand just how scared we truly are of the unknown. Because of course we know, oh yeah, humans are scared of the unknown, right? But going through this change of changing from someone who I used to be for 20 years into changing someone different, that is so scary. Although I know that what's ahead of me is going to be so much better than what I've experienced up till now. And I already have so much gratitude for my life path. I already have so much gratitude within myself in general. But for the path that has led me to where I'm now, like literally, I'm here on this viewpoint overlooking the ocean. And how could I not be grateful for my journey? How could I not be grateful for everything that it took me to get here? I'm so blessed. I'm so absolutely blessed, and I'm so grateful. And all I want to do now is change the world and is spreading so much love and wisdom and joy and beauty in this world, and remind people of the beauty of life. And if it wasn't for the path that I had to go through, then I wouldn't be here now. So for such a long time, I thought I had wasted 20 years of my life being in addiction. But I've learned so much from that time, and I never was truly stuck. Because when you're in addiction, you believe you're stuck, right? But you're never truly stuck. It's just a belief. Because life always evolves, and you are life. So your consciousness always evolves, but a lot of times it just doesn't feel like it because you don't allow yourself to feel the beauty of life. You don't allow yourself to feel free and abundant. You don't allow yourself to free what it's like to be alive, because you still live in the past, because you still have unprocessed emotions within you, because you still have trauma that lives inside of you, because you still have limiting beliefs holding you back from the remembrance of who you truly are, which is a divine being, an infinitely powerful being. You are a God in a human vessel. And that means to be human is to be God. To be God is to be human. So you are a God having this experience of being a human, and you can choose what your life is going to look like. It's up to you what you want to believe. It's up to you the choices that you make. And so for over 20 years, I would make the same choices that were based in still living in the past, that were based in unprocessed traumas, unprocessed emotions. My choices were based in despair and chaos. My choices were based in feeling lonely in this world, the abandonment wound, so much guilt, so much shame, all of that stuff. And I would make decisions based on these energies because I just didn't know any better. I wasn't aware, and I wasn't aware of just how much choice I truly have, how free I truly am. Freedom starts in the mind. Freedom is to know that you have a choice, even when you feel so constricted, even when you feel so down and you feel like there's nothing you can do to get out of this. That's what I believed for such a long time. I was in this place for so often. So many times I would think, fuck, I have no idea what to do. I have no idea how to get myself out of this deep, deep, dark hole. I always needed to be saved. So I believed. But I'm here now. So I was able to make it. And if I was able to make it, then so can you. And yesterday, as I was walking at the beach, I realized, first of all, fuck, I'm living my dream, because life is our dream. Life is your dream. Your life is your dream. You are dreaming this right now. You are dreaming your life. What are you dreaming of? You can choose what you want to experience. This is your dream. So what do you want to experience within your dream? It's like Inception, right? Which dreams do you want to achieve within your dream? And I'm here to tell you to dream big. I'm here to tell you to reach for the stars, because you literally can do anything. You truly, truly can do anything. You are the master of your own reality because you are God. And you have to truly understand that. You have to truly know that, because without that, you're not going to believe yourself to be powerful enough to get out of addiction, to get out of despair, to find solutions for whatever you feel like you're stuck in. So you have to believe in yourself. You truly have to believe in yourself. You have to build trust with yourself. This is very, very important. And this happens over time. You have to love yourself. You have to love yourself. You have to love on yourself. You have to make the conscious decisions, the conscious choices every single day to love yourself instead of treating yourself like shit. And it starts in the mind. It starts with looking into a mirror and telling yourself, hey, I love you. And then you start loving on every part of your body, and especially on those that you never liked about yourself. Because here's the thing, you are perfect. You are perfect in your imperfections. Because which human is perfect? Well, we all are, because we are God. But we're also at the same time all imperfect, right? So all of your flaws, all the things you think you are unlovable about you, well, it's just bullshit. It's just limiting beliefs. So it's up to you to change your mind. It's up to you to get out of victim mindset. Stop defending your victim mentality. Stop defending your victimhood. Stop saying, oh yeah, but this happened to me 20 years ago. I used to be the person. I used to tell the old story all the time. But I had to tell the old story and all of that because I hadn't seen myself in the pain. So it was very necessary for me to see myself in the pain and to be seen in that pain by others too. And in that sense, I would feel my emotions attached to all of that stuff. I had to do that in order to let go of the past pain. So it makes sense. We all go through this phase, through the stage of being in victim mentality, in victimhood, because we all have been victims before. That's just part of life. But the thing is, at some point, we have to take back control of our lives. At some point, we can take our power back and be like, okay, I've lived in victimhood for such a long time. Now I'm ready to let go of the old story. I'm ready to let go of whatever happened to me in the past. Like, do you still want to give other people, the people who have hurt you, the people who have abused you, the people who have done the worst fucking shit to you, do you want to give them still the power over you? Because that's what you do when you keep living in victimhood. When you keep repeating the old story of how this person treated you and how horrible it was. And trust me, I know what it's like to go through horrible things, okay? But take your power back. Feel everything that you need to feel regarding that event. Be so fucking angry. Be so fucking angry. Be so fucking sad. Grieve. You have to do all of that. And then you let go. And once you're able to let go, that's when the beauty of life happens. And that's when the magical life happens. That's how you're going to end up on a fucking viewpoint overlooking the ocean on a tropical island. It's by letting go of the old story. It's by stopping. It's to stop. I don't know the correct saying. To stop defending your cage, because you are free by nature. You are free. You're born free. So if you choose to keep defending your cage, that's up to you. And I learned that. So I stopped defending my cage and I was like, okay, I'm going to take my power back, because I have been given this opportunity to be a human. So I want to experience what it's like. And I no longer want to experience pain and suffering and struggle. Like, I'm just over it. I'm like, I don't want to do this whole struggle thing anymore. I'm done with it. I've experienced it for long enough. From now on, I'm going to enjoy my life. And as I was walking at the beach yesterday, I had this epiphany that 22 years ago, because I looked it up, I was listening to Boulevard of Broken Dreams by Green Day in my room with I had taped all of my walls with black bin bags. I was such a goth. I was that's when I started to hate life, because I was so miserable and no one was there for me. There was so much trauma that happened, all of that stuff. And so that was my descent into the underworld. And it took me over 20 years to get out of it. And I'm grateful for it. Again, I don't regret a thing. But a lot of stuff has happened in that time. A lot. And yeah, I realized that I had made this song my anthem for such a long time. The Boulevard of Broken Dreams, where you walk the road by yourself. You just keep walking by yourself and no one is there. And last night I was walking by myself at the beach and I was and I fucking loved it, don't get me wrong. But then I realized, okay, wait. To walk through life by myself at all times, it's not what's going to fulfill me for the rest of my life. I've been loving to be by myself, because you start to love. You start to get used to who you have been. And you also start lying to yourself subconsciously how much you enjoy being by yourself. And here I want to say, I truly do love being by myself again, but I also would love to open myself up again, and I have been. I've been healing my heart, and I've been opening up again to let other people in, to connect to my heart, because life is so much more beautiful with people in it. Life is so much more beautiful when you can share your joy, when you can share your success, when other people are happy for you, when you are happy for other people, when you genuinely care about one another. There is nothing more beautiful than genuinely caring for another human being. And even if you just encounter people for a very short amount of time, how I've been traveling and meeting people for just a short period of time, but in that period of time I will connect so intensely to certain people, and it was such a beautiful experience, and I'm so grateful for that. And it just goes to show that when you open your heart again, and by letting go of the past hurt, then that's when the beauty of love and connection between humans can come in again. And you meet people for just a day even, but you connect on a heart level, dude. You have no idea how magical that is. Although I think you do have an idea. When it's about unconditional love between humans, where no one wants anything from another other than connecting and seeing each other, seeing each other's beauty. The beauty that simply exists by that person being there, by their presence. And that's what you will experience when you let go of the past, when you let go of your victim mindset. And when you allow other people to come back in again. So yesterday, as I was walking, I cried because I was like, fuck. Yeah, it's time to let go. It's time to let go of that old version of me that thought she needed to just always be by herself and struggle through life. And it's funny how we hang on, how we cling on to these versions of ourselves, because that's all we know. And we're scared that our ego, our lower self, is scared of dying. But it will die. But we won't die. It's just the old version of ourselves that will die. And again, it's painful. It sucks. Because we have to live through all the stuff that we thought made us us. So yeah, it's painful. But on the other side of it, there's so much beauty. And also, the whole process of going through the painful things is, in a beautiful way, also beautiful. In a beautiful and weird way. Because what happens when you let go of the past and you live through these emotions that you haven't allowed yourself to feel for all these years, is that you come back home to yourself. You're finding yourself. And suddenly being with yourself feels like you're at home. You're at peace. You feel whole and complete because you are. And you're no longer fragmented by all these unprocessed emotions pulling you into all sorts of directions. Life no longer feels controlled by fear. Because what's there to fear when you're whole and complete and you know that you are the master of your own reality and you feel nothing but love and gratitude? You always get more of who you are. So when you're embodied in your state, in your original inherent state of unconditional love and freedom and abundance, well, you're going to get more of that. So that's why I just want to scream it into the world. Everyone, do the inner work. Let go of the past. Let go of the old story. Allow yourself to feel. Allow yourself to heal. Allow yourself to become a new version of yourself. That version of yourself that is unstoppable, although you're already unstoppable right now. You just have to remember that. You have to remember how powerful you are. And then I had also this realization at the beach, and it was 8:15 p.m. that day indeed had been the best day of my life. And as I was going through that, you know what I did yesterday, for example? I had a nap. I had a nap for 2 hours in the afternoon. But the reason, like one of the things that I did yesterday, right? But the reason why yesterday was like still the best day of my life, for example, is because I allowed myself to do whatever I wanted. I allowed myself to rest because I had asked my body. I had checked in with myself and I was like, what do I need right now? What do I need? What will make me happy? And my body was like, rest. So I rested. And then I did a bunch of other things. And so but everything I did was so in alignment with what I needed, what I wanted, because I allowed myself these things, because I care enough about myself, because I love myself enough. I love myself enough to give myself the things that make me happy, that I need. And that's when even the most simplest days become the best days of your life. And today in the morning, I told myself again, today is going to be the best day of my life, and I'm experiencing it. Again, you always get more of what you already have. So I'm going to have the best day of my life for the rest of my life. And there was this other encounter that I had at the beach. I walked at the beach in the dark, and there was a person sitting there in the dark as well. And I walked past her. It was a woman. And it was a magical experience, by the way, obviously, because life just becomes magical when you are in a state like this. I said hi. And I changed the trajectory of this woman's life by saying hi to her. Why? Because I said hi to her. I believe what allowed her to open up to me. Because as I was walking past, and I could have just not said anything, right? Because there are people sometimes sitting there and being on their phones, being on their head and listening to something in their headphones. Sometimes I don't say hi to people because it's just the energy, right? Some people just want to be left alone. But with her, I said hi. And although I couldn't see her, right? I couldn't like smile at her. But because I said hi, she then said, "Can you help me?" And I was like, yeah, what is it? And then she told me that she doesn't have any money. She came from Vietnam and she just has water to drink. That's all she has. And she came here to find work. So I gave her money because I've been in this situation before. Because I had the experience. I chose the experience of being homeless. And so of course I would help. Of course I would help. And she was so grateful for that. But it wasn't just the money. It wasn't because I was friendly to her. I told her, I hope she's gonna have food for the next few days. She told me I was beautiful, inside and out. Although I don't think we could actually see each other. We couldn't see each other's faces because it was really dark. I told her she was beautiful. She asked me if she could hug me, which I allowed. And what's so interesting is that I believe I've seen this woman before. And I cannot tell you for sure, but I just choose to believe that that's what it was. She reminded me of this woman that I had met a few weeks ago at this hostel that I was staying at. She looked very much like that woman from what I could see, right? I believe it was her because my life is magical and it works this way. Because there was this woman at the hostel and I saw her. And I remember walking up to her and telling her that she looked beautiful because she was wearing this very nice dress. And she was this a little bit elderly Asian woman. And I had told this woman that she was beautiful, and then I walked past this woman at the beach and she reminded me very much of that woman, and then this woman said to me, "You are beautiful." So that was the most magical thing. And I truly believe, I know, it has nothing to do with believing, although you have to believe in order to know. I know that whatever you send out, you get back. It's just the way it is. That's just law. A law of the universe. So remember that. And even if you don't know how it will come back to you, if you are kind, if you love other people, if you're helpful to other people, if you give from an overflowing cup, just because you can, just because being nice is nice, being good is good, being good feels good. Why wouldn't you do it? Let's love each other more again. Let's be more human again. Let's help each other more. Let's be there for each other. Let's listen to each other. Let's hold each other in our pain. Let's see each other in our pain. Because that's what we truly need. Okay, I'm hanging up now. So yeah, from now on, I know that my life is changing, has been changing in a major way. And I'm allowing in support. I'm allowing in connection. I'm allowing in to be seen in my pain. I'm allowing in love again. So thank you so much for joining me on my journey. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for being part of my life. I truly hope you got something out of this video in whatever shape or form. Let me know if you did. And I would love to connect to you because it's so important. And yeah, I'll be back next time with probably magical stories, because I'm doing this series about meeting beautiful people, beautiful encounters with strangers. I'm here to tell the beauty of life in general. So if you're interested in any of that, stick around. Yeah, okay. Speak soon. I'm sending you so much love. Bye.